What's up, guys? I'm Matt with Refreshed, and today we have Chiara. So Chiara was a client of mine. She did my 4-month detox protocol and got some amazing results. Really did the work, really took it to heart, and I've just seen her transform. It's been really beautiful. So today I just want to interview her so she can share her story a little bit. And so Chiara, you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Chiara, and I'm so happy to be here finally talking about just the past 4 months, and they've been amazing, and working with Matt has been completely life-changing for me, so I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So what initially got you into looking at detox as a possible solution for whatever you were going through?
Yeah, so I had so many things going on, and most recently why I searched for detox was for parasite detox. And so I was just Googling in Tulsa, like parasite detox, and you popped up. And so, yeah, just recently I'd been, looking up all of the side effects and all of the possible symptoms that you can have from parasite toxicity. And I checked all of the boxes. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's how I found you.
Okay. Cool. So what kind of symptoms were you dealing with that led you looking for a detox in general?
So many. I had to write a list, and I was shocked. I was looking at like, wow, I forgot about some of these. Mm. So initially, just rapid weight gain, brain fog, fatigue, severe fatigue, irregular periods, fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver. I never drink alcohol, really, just like maybe once every 4 months, casually, but still. What else? I have PCOS, just hormone imbalance in general, obesity. What else? Oh, Hashimoto's. That it ended up progressing.
Got quite a shock.
Yeah.
Going on there.
Yeah, just so many things.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's crazy. So how long had you been dealing with those types of symptoms?
5 years. And I tried so many different things to constantly just like detox to alleviate, to help alleviate my body from all the excess weight, because I knew that the weight gain was partially the culprit to all of these things. Oh, I also had sleep apnea and all those things.
Okay. So what other things had you tried before you decided to go the detox route with me?
Yeah, so I was already eating organic meats and vegetables. I was still having organic processed foods, crackers and things of that sort. I tried, obviously, Weight Watchers, Whole30, keto. I tried getting meal prep meals for a while. I meal prepped myself. I tried high interval training. I tried personal training for a whole year.
For a year?
Yeah, for a whole entire year. No change as far as like outward that you could see and that I could feel. I tried going to the iridologist. I went to dry blood analysis. I did the blood type diet. I don't know. There's a whole list here.
You saw some other doctors and stuff.
Yeah, I actually didn't write it down, but I remembered earlier today that I went to a naturopath here in town and got tested with a similar technology that you use. And my body was so tired that it was not giving results. Like it literally was not functioning. And at this point I had been actually bleeding for like, I want to say 60 days.
Wow.
So yeah, it was
That's
like
crazy.
my body was so tired it wasn't even giving a response of what.
Well, and you would be tired. You're just releasing all of this stuff constantly. I have a client with that right now, which is it's crazy to watch. Yeah. It's really sad. So did you try any drugs or anything for weight loss?
Yeah, so I kind of was at my wit's end with all the natural stuff that I felt like I was doing all the things correctly and still having these issues while people in my household were healthy and fine and vibrant. So it really did make sense. So I finally was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I tried phentermine first. Did not have a good experience, and also zero weight loss.
What was your experience on it?
I actually had like headaches that would come, and it felt like nerve headaches. and then my heart was just racing like crazy. And so, yeah, I didn't feel like it was safe, so I stopped.
How long did you take that?
I want to say I tried it for a month, and then I just felt so uncomfortable with it, I stopped. Yeah.
Right. Do people usually get results from that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah. I had so many friends that I personally knew, that would lose like 10 pounds in a week sometimes, and then 20 pounds within a month. And
yeah. Which is what you did anyways.
Right, yeah.
And you tried Ozempic too?
Yeah, I tried Ozempic, and then I was on that for 8 months. Not even a single pound lost.
So crazy.
Not even a single pound. And then I tried Mounjaro as well, the tirzepatide, and I tried that for almost 10 months, and not a single pound. No, I really, at this point, was like, what's wrong with my body? Why is it not responding to things that most people have like even people that were more chronically ill than me would have, a response. And so, yeah, it was just insane, and I was at my wit's end.
Yeah. Okay, so how long after you stopped taking the drugs did you end up hitting me up for the detox?
I actually was still on them when I came to you. Yeah.
Okay, so you were just getting off.
I was on, and then, I was also on levothyroxine for the Hashimoto's. And so I was on levothyroxine and tirzepatide whenever I came to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's so crazy because you got off of that immediately.
Yeah.
And then the first month, how many pounds did you lose?
So I actually lost 10 pounds in the first week, in the first 7 days.
Nice.
And then I'm pretty sure that whole month I lost about 16.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So my question for you right now is, did you have any other unexpected results from the detox? Or what were the main results that you saw from the detox?
Yeah, I mean, immediately just the weight loss happening right away. It was completely shocking because in other things that I had tried, I even tried like 3 to 10 day juice cleanses. And
that would be like the worst thing for you to do.
I did like a 30-day liver detox where my diet was similar to what I was doing, but the vegetables I had more vegetable options for me personally. And then I just would lose like 5 to 10 pounds and then immediately gain it back. It was not sustainable. Mm-hmm. The thing that surprised me the most was just 10 pounds in 7 days. And I wasn't starving myself. I was still eating.
Yeah.
And I was just in shock because am I taking a shot that literally does this for people and then it doesn't work, and then I stop cold turkey and in 7 days I lose 10 pounds. It was insane.
To me, that's that divine protection, putting you in the right direction. And now to see how that's you're moving in this direction to do this for a living and helping people as well. It's just like God just creating that path for you.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's beautiful. So what other benefits have you gotten from it?
Yeah, so things that were kind of surprising I wasn't expecting. I actually stopped snoring and stopped mouth breathing.
How long into it did you stop?
I want to say maybe 2 months in.
Okay, cool.
2 months in, halfway. And it was a big thing because I just thought it was, like a tongue tie issue or in general like a sleep apnea issue. And what else? My cycles, my periods started regulating. I actually had a somatic experience where I was feeling some pain in my womb, and then I put on a meditation for the womb and I put my hand there, and then I just kind of felt like this bursting. And then that I started my cycle at that very
That's
moment.
So cool. Yeah.
And ever since, so that was kind of painful in the moment, but then it wasn't painful anymore. And then after that, it's been every 28 days. I actually wasn't expecting it, and my Apple Watch my app wasn't expecting it either. And then it would just come, and I would look, and I was like, oh, it's been 28 days. Okay. And there was no pain, no crazy PMS before.
It's awesome.
It was.
And that was about 2-3 months in, you started to see that change with your cycles?
Yeah, so my cycle started changing. That first one, after that somatic experience that I had was a little bit heavy. And then after that, it was actually on the lighter side. And then it started regulating to now it's like just it's pretty medium to light, which for me is kind of new.
Yeah.
I've always just had very long cycles to where like 7 to 9 days.
Wow.
And pretty heavy on like the first 4 days. So
Painful before?
actually, after having 2 natural births, thankfully not painful.
Okay.
But before that, absolutely. Before that, like I was pretty much had to call into work the first day of my cycle. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's great. That's intense.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the others? I know that you had mentioned as well. So
it was actually interesting. After the first 7 weeks of starting this detox, my phone sent me a notification through my watch, I'm sure, and everything. It's saying that my resting heart rate had come down about 15 points.
Oh, wow.
Which, again, was not expecting. It wasn't even an issue that I had present in my mind. And so that was very, very surprising. On top of that, this whole, like as soon as I started the process, I started seeing all of the angel numbers.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Literally 111, 1111, 1212, 222, 330, all of them. I have screenshots of every time. And I'm like, I swear I don't have an alarm set for this thing.
Yeah.
But it was really insane how it was constantly, it just felt so aligned and at peace, and constantly, even when we would meet, it was always 4:44.
Yeah.
We would look at the clock.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I've seen that happen with so many people when they just start seeing those angel numbers, myself included, as I started the process of healing and cleansing my body. So I don't really know what that means, but it is pretty cool that it happens so often.
I felt like, to me, it was just kind of like, yes, this is confirmation, like keep going.
Totally.
You're doing the right thing. This is aligned. And so that's kind of how I took it.
And, a big part of what I do typically with people is the journaling, is goal setting and things like that. Did you see anything come to fruition with all of that?
Oh, my goodness. Yes, absolutely. At first, whenever I had to journal or come up with things that I wanted, I couldn't think. I was like, there's no way I have this many things that I would want. And then once I started writing, the list grew longer and I kept writing more things than the, 50. And, and so then breaking it up into goals that I wanted to meet in a time frame, 1 year, 2 years, 5 to 10. That was really, really new to me and interesting, because it kind of just I didn't try to have a plan. I usually like to have a plan for things. Yeah. I didn't have a plan for how that was going to work out, but it was just kind of like there inside my heart, inside my mind. And I just thought, okay, well, if it happens, it happens. And then part of the exercise with you is that you had me take action steps and put energy toward some of those things. And part of that was also just figuring out like what I want to do as in my career, continuing, and what felt aligned for me. And so, just ended up actually, I think it was the 3rd month that I started not even intentionally manifesting. And I started putting just little action steps, just researching things that I would want to study, things that were interesting to me, whether it was, a 4-year course or a certification or a specific modality. And then I was really just going based off my heart and what I was feeling I was attracted to the most. And so I started looking at different people that I've followed in the health and wellness space for years. And so I finally came across one course that was available, and I had never had the full body yes before experience. And it was just literally like just elation that I felt all through here, my belly and my chest. And I was sitting next to my partner and I was like, this is exactly what I need to do. The dates of the course coincided specifically with the days that I had free, didn't interfere with any of the time of when I had my kids. It was over a holiday weekend, Veterans Day, so it could not have been more aligned and more perfect. And it was just, and it happened to, that the actual course that I signed up for started the same exact day that our cleanse ended.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So it was just it was like moving from one thing to the next.
The synchronicities.
And then my course ended on 11/11.
Oh, wow. Of course
it was, right? I was in shock, honestly.
Yeah, that is awesome. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing that stuff with me. And then, of course, people want to know, like, with the hypothyroidism, with the PCOS, with all of these diagnoses or labels that doctors like to throw on people, where are you at with all those things now? Like, how are you feeling in general? Where are you at with your health?
Yeah, so I don't have any of those symptoms at all. I've lost 50 pounds in 4 months, which 4.5 months, which is so mind-boggling to me, that I've been trying. Like, I would have been happy with 10 pounds a year, and I was trying for 5 years, and yeah, I'm just in shock and super thankful and grateful. What else? Yeah, I don't feel the thyroid flutters. I don't feel any fatigue. In fact, I have a sleep app that kind of looks like if you have any sleep debt or anything, and it'll say, this is your energy window, so like get all your bulk of your theta brainwave or alpha brainwave work, during this time. And then it'll say, this is like the wind down window where you may have a slump. And I look at my notifications, like I have no slump at all.
Yes.
0 slump, 3 o'clock slumps. It's not there for me. Yeah, I don't have any crazy, well, I wouldn't say crazy, but I don't have any intense PMS symptoms. So like before, my cycle. And then what else? Honestly, I don't take any medications anymore. I'm I learned how to intuitively see if my body really needs something at a certain time. But then I'm also sticking with, now that it's over, I'm still sticking with the intermittent fasting and 1 meal a day. Of course, syncing with my cycle, totally. eating differently during that time. So
you're still doing the fasting like a girl kind of thing to balance it. Which, if you guys haven't heard of that book, check out that book, Fast Like a Girl. It's really good information. And I want to touch on like pretty much all of these symptoms or these diagnoses that you have reversed are all tied in with blood sugar imbalances, right? And so although you are making better choices than the average person, you're constantly spiking that blood sugar, which is why you could not lose weight. So it's amazing what happens when you balance the blood sugar and the weight just kind of comes off. Yeah. It's all an insulin problem. So
yeah, that's one of the main things that really surprised me the most is just also cutting out certain vegetables, which I was doing a lot of, and thinking, they're very nutrient dense, which they are. But for me specifically with this, awesome technology that you're able to give to your clients is finding out that like that wasn't the best for my body specifically. So that's something that I've just been singing your praises ever since. And, I didn't market, I haven't posted anything at all yet because I've just been in it and kind of in my cocoon, growing and transforming and having my metamorphosis. And so now, this is going to be the first time I'm releasing anything with you and talking about it. And then I hope to continue because honestly, like you already know, like I want to join you and help as many people as possible with this. And without even trying, my parents, my elderly parents came in and started working with you, which I was really shocked because they were skeptical at first, like this is really intense. Like, who is this person?
Who's this tatted up dude telling you to fast and do enemas? Yeah.
Right. And so, but seeing my results, and again, I was still private within my family, and seeing my results, they immediately just gravitated toward you. I didn't have to sell them on anything. I actually didn't encourage them. They just kind of found it on their own. Yeah. On top of that, our whole family, we have a blended family of 5 kids. And all 7 of us, my daughter, my 6-year-old ended up coming and getting tested. All of our kids started kind of changing their diet as well because I started and my partner started as well. And so now we our whole pantry is just completely cleaned out. We have no cane sugar, no gluten, no seed oils. And it's pretty crazy. Sometimes I don't realize like how clean we're actually eating until I go somewhere that is still like a clean place. And I'm just like, wow, look at all these fillers, look at all these things. And, started finding a passion, like even baking cakes. And I'd never been a baker ever. But, we have a lot of birthdays. We have 5 kids. And so just starting to learn how to use cassava flour and no sugar and monk fruit and what's it called? Maple syrup and all these things. And just
natural stuff.
Yeah. And they were not things that were included in my detox, but in general, sugar-free, gluten-free, dairy-free.
And how did your kids respond to the change? Was it hard? How did you introduce it? Did you do it slowly? Did you do it all at once? I know I work with a lot of moms, and they're like, well, how am I supposed to make all these changes with my kids? I'm like, have your kids change too?
Yeah.
Because you're going to save their lives that way. But I know it's difficult. So what was your experience with that?
Yeah. The only thing that was hard was candy. Because we were getting organic candy already, but it still had organic cane sugar, a lot of inflammation, a lot of issues that it can cause. And so, that was the hard part, is kind of the candy. But we already were using like applesauce as a snack and didn't have sugar, fruit leathers with no sugar, things of that sort. Because of course we packed their lunch every day, so we needed to have some healthy packaged things to be able to give them. But we've just been having a lot of fruits and, like I said, baking. I'm using almond flour and cassava flour for them, and they haven't felt the pain of it too badly. Even with Halloween, we actually did this cool thing where we paid them 5 cents per piece of candy.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
So they still were excited to get a bunch of candy. And instead, we baked like double chocolate muffins, nice. No sugar, gluten-free, dairy-free, all of it. And they got money for their candy.
That's way better. 100%.
They were happy.
You didn't poison them, and they made some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you don't feel like that your kids really resisted the change too much? Like they enjoyed the foods that you were making?
Yeah, they enjoyed them.
Cakes you were baking?
I think bread was a hard one, but thankfully now in 2024 we actually have way more options. Like when I was trying to do gluten-free 10 years ago, there were 3 options.
I know it. And they all suck.
Yeah. And they were like the German, I don't know.
It's the worst.
Package, I don't know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Char and Udis. Yeah.
Yeah, awful.
But anyhow, so. So we've just been making the switches and everyone's been eating it. Yeah. They've been enjoying the meat, the steak, the chicken, all the things.
Yeah, it's cool because I got to work with your wife a little bit and your kid, and just like seeing the difference in all of them. Sarah's looking awesome now.
Yeah.
She's lost a lot of weight.
She's lost 20 pounds, which she didn't really need to lose any weight. It was crazy, the inflammation she was carrying and her joints, and just looking back at pictures, it was like the puffiness and yeah.
Yeah, when you showed me that old picture, you guys, whoa, it's like those people had eaten you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, scary. It's like a real Halloween for sure.
Okay, so now moving forward, what would you say to somebody who is considering a detox or just looking for any solution to their health issues? What would be your advice to them?
Yeah, I mean, goodness, I have so many friends and family members and acquaintances, coworkers that are, some are in shape, some are not, but they're all riddled with anxiety, depression, taking multiple medications, and they're starting in their 20s. A lot of them already from their teens being put on birth control. And I just shared kind of like what I've been doing. Thankfully, I've been like a walking testimony. I haven't had to do much, but anytime I talk to people, like I think really collectively I've noticed even the older generation, they're so much more open-minded. And I just tell them that I'm working with you was like 4 professionals in one, to be completely honest with you, because it was, the detox coach, and then it was also mindset and just kind of teaching how to manifest, how to make that mind-body connection, and then also walking a patient through and holding their hand for 4 months is a huge deal. I mean, like with the therapy that I was already doing, the rice therapy and the ozone therapy twice a week, I feel like you could have very easily just like kept me in the room with some nice relaxing music, but instead, it was like the accountability, essentially therapy twice a week, which was amazing. And just going through all the layers, peeling back the layers little by little, and of the mind, of the emotions, of the body, and all at the same time. I remember the first month or two, I was so weepy those first months, and I just would tell you, like, I feel like my emotions are right under my skin, and that was obviously when I was shedding the biggest amount of weight. And so I just, and anytime I hear someone going to therapy or doing this, I'm just like, you might as well come here, because you're gonna get all of it in one, on top of like cleansing every part of your body and your mind and mindset and all of it, just emotional, all of it.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And just so that you guys know, like when you do my program, you're doing enemas, you're doing saltwater flushes, castor oil packs, liver gallbladder flushes, all different types of enemas. Like, it is not easy. Journaling, breath work, meditation, it's all holistic, inner child work. And so to get the results that she did, she just like went in there and crushed it, did anything and everything that I asked, and went above and beyond and crushed it. And these are the types of results that you can get if you are willing to do that work for yourself. So thank you so much for being such an awesome client. It was amazing working with you and watching your transformation and being part of the transformation for your family. And I really appreciate you trusting me and letting me be a part of that. I want to know, with all of the crazy shit that I made you do during our time together, do you feel like you'll continue to do some of those practices? Which ones? Do you feel like some of them you're like, no, I'm never doing that again? I'm curious how you feel about it.
Yeah, I'm actually so attached to all of these modalities now. Just the fact that we were able to walk through it for 4 months and you keeping me accountable. I now miss my coffee enemas when I'm traveling and I'm out for a few days. I'm like, I should have packed my coffee enema bucket. No, it just is, I don't know. It's like a feeling of, I've never had a morning routine, like all those influencers, like, this is my morning routine. And I just never have. And now it's like, I wake up, I've added in some other routines that I'm learning as well. Breath and meditation, grounding, getting sunlight in my eyes. And then I go and I heat up my coffee enema, and I do the coffee enema while I'm also listening to affirmations and meditations. And then I have a great time releasing the coffee enema and just seeing all the fun stuff that was able to, so many parasites.
Yeah.
I mean, I've shown him pictures. I'm like, do you want to see pictures? He's like, absolutely.
I have people send me pictures of parasites, candida coming out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it.
With the ozone, so much mold and candida. So much mold and candida coming out. And honestly, I've nerded out on that stuff. I love it. I actually enjoy doing the 1 meal a day whenever, syncing with my cycle, of course. But I enjoy it because it takes away another thing that I have to do after my morning routine. I just kind of get ready for work. I take my supplements, my minerals, and then I'm out the door. I don't have to think about stopping for lunch. And then I come home and I know I'm going to have a really clean, healthy, nourishing meal. Yeah. And so it feels so natural and easy, even though if you look at the list of the things that I do, you would think, oh, this is so complicated, so time consuming. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's really just about finding your rhythm and your routine with it. But it's always hard in the beginning because I'm asking you to change everything about your life. And, oh, you're a busy mom of 5. Can you do all this other shit every single day too, But you're proof that it can be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Super grateful and so excited for the future. Just like I have so much excitement in my chest and just can't wait to continue pushing this forward and
In fact,
helping more people.
I'll just speak it publicly. Next year, we're going to be opening up a detox
Yes.
center, a parasite detox center. That
Yes.
stuff is going to happen. We're going to have cohorts and group coaching starting next year so that people can do my program at a cheaper rate and do it in community. So we're going to be doing some stuff, so be on the lookout.
It's going to be life-changing for sure.
All right, guys, that's all we got for today's episode. Thank you so much for checking it out, and hit me up if you got any questions. I want to see the comments below.